Hey everybody, how's it going? So, TPUSA has banned Tim Pool from AmFest, America Fest, however you want to call it. And this is a terrible, terrible look for TPUSA. At the same time, it also puts Candace Owens into question as well. Everything here is just getting completely and totally ripped apart. I think this is all just the worst possible thing that could be happening right now. It genuinely is. And we really need to rein it all in, get things figured out, because all of this is actually going to get us to lose the midterms this year. That's exactly what's going to happen. We're going to lose the midterms because everybody's infighting so hard and not focused on what's actually important. But before we get into this, guys, please like, subscribe, and share. I am definitely trying to hold everything together, at least help bring some common sense to all of this. But at the same time, things need to be spoken out against, and this is just genuinely, genuinely stupid. But before I get into this, also, guys, Candace Owens here. I just want to point this out real quick.
Moments later.
I've not said anything particularly disparaging about
This
AmFest,
is
but they
so
told me I
funny.
couldn't come. Why? Maybe it's because I said we should stop funding Israel. Maybe it's because I said we shouldn't be giving money to Ukraine. Maybe it's because...
Wow. Very funny, Candace. So, Tim Pool wasn't allowed to come to AmFest because of Turning Point USA. I wonder who is running TPUSA right now, Candace. Who's the CEO? Who said that? Who's trying to block people from talking negatively about Israel? Huh?
young people largely
It's
don't
funny
want...
still, isn't it? You won't implicate Erica at all in your conspiracy theories. And yet, here she is doing this exact thing, implicating Erica Kirk yet again, even though she says she doesn't. Because she starts off with Tim going...
references to Jewish donors pulling out and how Erica knew everything. And that's the narrative the #1 podcast has given us.
A few moments later.
I've not said anything particularly disparaging about AmFest, but they told me I couldn't come. Why?
And then she's laughing about it. Interesting. It's so interesting, guys, how that ends up happening, isn't it? Erica Kirk is the CEO, and she could stop that from happening, Candace. But apparently Erica Kirk also thinks that it's bad to talk about Israel, according to you anyway. Now, I don't know that that was the reason, and Tim doesn't say that that was the reason. But he does list it as one of the possible reasons. This is very cowardly of TPUSA, though, to say the least. Tell him the reason. Ask him why he's not able to come. Or, not ask why. Let us know why Tim is not allowed to be there at America Fest. This is kind of crazy. Like, they're just like, oh, we just don't want him to come here anymore? Really? What possible reason could they have?
We will not be, Tim Cast IRL will not be at America Fest 2025.
Just crazy.
This year. It is with a heavy heart that I say this, but we were not invited. And there's a lot going on behind the scenes in terms of tumult, grief, a change in views. There's a lot to break down in why we were not invited. And I believe that because we at Timcast IRL on the show, I as well as others here, had promoted ticket sales and encouraged our viewers to purchase tickets, I have an obligation to you to explain that we won't be there. AmFest is way bigger than me. It's way bigger than this show, and they can do whatever they want. I am a little saddened that we will not be coming. We were there 3 years in a row every year, and it was very amazing. And I am eternally grateful to Charlie Kirk and the crew there for having us out the way they did. And it's sad that the vision has changed in such a way.
That's the biggest problem. TPUSA, this is a actual, like, just straight up warning to everybody involved. This could be to Erica Kirk. It could be to everybody else. I don't care who sees this, but you've got to pay attention. If you deviate even just a little bit from what Charlie Kirk was doing with TPUSA, and you all have it in your heads that you're going to turn things around or do things a little bit differently, everything TPUSA is will be gone in a matter of moments. No one's going to stick around. Nobody's watching their current live shows. Without Charlie? Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's not happening. And then the biggest things that TPUSA was uploading, obviously, were the debates, at the college campuses. Steven Crowder has brought back his version of it, and everyone's going to flock to that because, hey, original guy who did the original thing, right? Like, he would have, TPUSA would have had a hard time if Steven Crowder was doing it at the time TPUSA was doing it. Because that would have been some serious competition. Steven Crowder's the one who pretty much invented it. Okay, not really invented, but he's the one who made it popular online. Way before TPUSA started doing that. So at the end of the day, this isn't going to be good for TPUSA at all, and just absolutely destroying the company right now, well, it may actually make sense for them to do that. But it's just such a shame. And the reason why I say it may make sense is simply because they may know that, and Tim even says this, that they know they can't survive without Charlie. They actually could. They could survive without Charlie. There are ways for them to do it. Bring in other creators, become like a second Daily Wire, and they could shift that way, but still keep the core values. Let people of differing opinions speak and debate. They could turn the show into something amazing. I don't know that they will. I don't think that they will. And right now, it could be that they're just looking at the money aspects, being like, okay, well, our guy's gone. You know what? Maybe we just, I don't know, cut our losses here, sink the company, file for bankruptcy, get out from under it. It be no more, and all that stuff. I don't know what their plan truly is, but it is a terrible, terrible look. It's a terrible look. They took out one of the biggest, most popular right-wing spokespeople probably on YouTube in general, on the internet in general. And TPUSA is probably very much discouraged by it, if I had to guess. And I think they're just, I don't know, at this point, probably going to burn bridges and file for bankruptcy. That's my guess. But it's a shame to see it happen. And it fuels awful, awful conspiracy theories like Candace Owens. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that she's necessarily wrong, but I am saying that it's more fuel on the fire to a big conspiracy theory that has no evidence. I don't know why they would make such a stupid, miscalculated move.
But I don't want people who have booked tickets and plan to go, hoping to see us, to be upset that we're not there. And I have had people asking me, wait, don't say anything. But I don't think that's fair to you, who we have told to purchase tickets. So we are now 1 month away from the event. And I know that most people attending are not just attending to see me. I think I'm actually one of the smallest portion of the event.
I think you're about to find out, Tim. I think even though you may be the smallest portion of the event, but I think enough people are going to be upset by this to be like, what? Why would they do this? That doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like, Sargon of Akkad could have been going, and I guarantee it, he probably would be a bit smaller than Tim Pool, and it would still create a big, big, big reaction if something similar like this happened.
And always have been, but we represent a bit of a different audience. But I do know that we have fans who show up for us, and I owe it to you to make sure you don't buy tickets or do something that you may later regret when you find out we didn't inform you. After promoting the event, we're not there.
Right.
So we won't be there. And this is due to, I was informed, comments I had made that were deemed hurtful to people there. And if that's the case, hey, so be it. I get it. I'm not one to pull my punches. I criticize, though, that those that I deem to be critical. I don't think I said anything that should have been considered hurtful or offensive, but it is what it is. I think the management structure has changed as such that we are not welcome. And we're now at the point where, although I'm going to give you the full transparency and explain everything that's going on, there certainly are people at the event who do want us there. The concern that I have is that if there is any function of, we don't like what Tim has to say, I'm not here to create an awkward circumstance or bring any hostility. And so it's better that I just give you the full transparent view of where I think we are. I also want to add that I have frustration.
I mean, I think it's just genuinely frustrating, but I do want to get to the comments. I'll just play it right off here, off Candace's video.
Maybe it's because I said we should stop funding Israel. Maybe it's because I said we shouldn't be giving money to Ukraine. Maybe it's because young people largely don't want foreign intervention, and there are individuals in politics who disagree.
But she cuts the rest of that off. But that's mainly his points. And this is the thing, right? And people are shocked by it, of course. Tim Pool has revealed that he's saddened after TPUSA revoked the invite they had given him earlier in the year to this year's America Fest because of hurtful comments. So that's all we know is hurtful comments. It's sad that the vision has changed. I don't think I said anything that would have been considered, all this good stuff. So it's just wild, right? Holy yes, TPUSA just told Tim Pool he's not invited to America Fest this year. Why? Maybe it's because I said we should stop funding Israel. Tucker Carlson's expected to speak there. TPUSA sucks now. Now, here's the thing, right? So Tucker Carlson's going to be there. So I don't know if it was the Israel comments, because Tucker Carlson is full-fledged defund Israel, right? So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So when people are coming out here and Candace Owens are spreading all this misinformation that, oh, it's definitely because of the Israel stuff, well, then why is Tucker Carlson going to be there? Why? Why would they have Tucker Carlson there? He's way more aggressive about it than Tim Pool. By far. You know? So, not even 24 hours after Tim Pool announced his lawsuit against Kamala HQ, he's now being indicted for... Oh, this was 2024. That's so dumb. Anyway, let's just see some of the latest. But at the end of the day, again, with Tucker Carlson absolutely being able to speak there, it doesn't make a lot of sense that it would be Israel-related. At the end of the day, though, it was completely and totally just one of the most stupid miscalculations I think I've seen from TPUSA. I'm not going to be supporting them much at all. You know, in the vein of, like, giving them my view, helping any type, just anything. I'm not going to support them at all. Now, I will defend them from accusations that are unproven just because it's the right thing to do. But you're not going to see me probably watching them anymore if Tim's not put back on. If they don't undo this, I'm just not going to really be interested in TPUSA at all. They have no interest. They've literally just divided us for no reason. I don't like it. I don't understand why they would have Tucker Carlson on at all if it was something over Israel, if any comments over Israel. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. So I would like to know the real reason. I would like to know what comments were actually offensive from Tim, because if they can actually, specify what it was, not only could Tim apologize for it if it was something bad, but we as the audience could actually be like, oh, that makes sense. Wow, I didn't realize he said that. So it just, not a good idea. But what do you guys think? Tell me in the comments section below. Please like, subscribe, and share, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later.